Thanks for joining us on Valley News Live. I hope you enjoyed your weekend, and we start our week off with the first day of spring. Astronomically speaking, it's a day that the direct rays of the sun cross over the equator and into the northern hemisphere. So 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of darkness, and we'll start increasing our hours of daylight, which usually leads to eventually warmer weather. But as you can see by the snowbank, we have to kind of keep a stiff upper lip here in the upper Midwest. Tracy, thanks for your awesome photo and great spirit. First alert weather days for Tuesday and Wednesday, not because we want to here at Valley News Live, but because we want to make sure that you have that first alert to changes that are coming once again. For tonight, quiet. Get out and enjoy that first evening of spring. Temperatures will be pretty good. Now, as we head to bed tonight at around the 10 o'clock hour, the easterly winds be around 15 miles per hour, a little breezy. And the clouds building into the overnight hours will keep us from getting too cold, but it remains breezy. We start your Tuesday off pretty good. It'll be a first alert weather day, but the impacts don't start until later. Check it out. As we go into the midday hour, by the time we get to the early afternoon, snow will be spreading across the South Dakota border. So we'll have some drive time snow down there that could be accumulating with greasy roads and adding insult to injury to already greasy roads. The winds are not expected to be 40 to 50 miles per hour, but we will have some areas that see gusts over 25 to 35 miles per hour. With the snow, that will not be fun. So we'll call it brief periods of gusty wind as the snow moves through with this system. Our northern counties will see fewer impacts. And again, just to remind you, this is in the afternoon of your Tuesday. Heading into drive time here in the valley, that starts to deteriorate. Our conditions do. The gustiest winds stay to the south. Still no snow north. Temperatures near 30 means it's going to be wet, heavy, sticky. Snowman making snow. And you see the purples here? This is going to be intense bands of convective type of snow, 1 to 2 inches per hour. Good news is it moves through very swiftly. Best chance of snow, 7 to 9 o'clock here in the Southern Valley. Well, that's a 2-3 hour period where we could see some pretty modest accumulation of snow very quickly. See this pink down below us? Some areas of icing in South Dakota and southern Minnesota means we could have some slippery spots, and we will have snow added to the roads. Some light snow up north will quickly move through as we go through the overnight hours. By daybreak, the wind switches direction, but notice no yellow arrows, not nearly as windy on the backside of the system. Most of it happens overnight. That's the good news. Temperatures with north winds will cool off as we go through your Wednesday. All in all, this is what you can expect. The biggest impacts Wednesday for the morning drive. Don't drive Tuesday night late, particularly in the southern counties. Here's what this means. Lower amounts as we go to our northern counties. Rapidly increasing amounts as you drift into the central Red River Valley and Lakes country. Basically that Highway 200 corridor. We'll have a band with a great chance of 4 or more inches of snow where you see the dark blue. A few of you will get as many as 8 in this band. Usually those bands are fairly narrow. A spotty area could get 8 or more inches of snow with this. It'll be that heavy, wet, thick stuff. Now, the morning commute will be impacted, but because of the lack of winds, we're hopeful that things will get better and improve throughout the day by your Wednesday evening. 25 on the thermometer now, north winds at Hector. And a look at Grand Forks showing sunny and blue skies for now, 18 degrees. Feels like 5 though with a brisk north wind. Quiet on the satellite for our area tonight. Temperatures are warmest to the east. We have mid-30s in Wadena and mid-teens in the northern parts of North Dakota as we remain very slippery and icy. Travel with care tomorrow afternoon. As we go through, we'll have snow spreading from the South Dakota border into southeast North Dakota. That's where the troubles will be primarily in the early afternoon. Nighttime, you'll want to be where you're going to be by 10 o'clock and try not to travel in the area of the heavy snow bands down south. Best chance in Fargo for those snows. It really does increase as we go towards the dark hours around 6 to 9 o'clock with the heaviest band of snow moving through. Wednesday, most of the afternoon will quiet down. Improving Tuesday, but a cool one for sure. Quiet this weekend. We're appreciative of that with a chance at freezing on Saturday and maybe for some on Sunday. Next week, there's snowflakes in the forecast. We'll keep our eyes on it for now. We're going to enjoy a couple of quiet days in between and have your Valley News Live weather app handy for the main event Tuesday night into Wednesday.
Eventually we'll get a week where it's like, oh, great.
Our chances at a week of that More than 2 days of nice weather would be nice.
Yeah, agreed. Thanks, Hutch. Well, today's the day for ice fishermen in Minnesota. The DNR says you need to get your ice house off the lakes in the northern third of the state. Anglers need to also make sure they clean up their trash like bait and blocking material. After today's deadline, you can still use shelters on the ice, but they must be occupied if they're out between midnight and 1 hour before sunrise. Shelters cannot be left or stored at public accesses. Coming up, bird flu is having a record-breaking season. We'll have those details next.